Hello, Rambler fans, and welcome to another edition of the Superintendent Corner with Scott Acom. I'm your host, Gary Vanna, and we'll be bringing you up to date on what's going on behind the scenes at McBain School. Once again, Scott, hope you're enjoying your time here in McBain. Things going good for you?
They're going very well. I've been very, very happy here. Very welcoming school and community. It's been very nice.
Well, I do want to give you a little bit of praise because Mike Vanderbilt told me that you were the very first superintendent ever to show up to a cross-country meet. So he wanted to give you a shout-out for that. So a little shout-out for that. All right, so we start off the year with a little bit of a rough thing on the new student drop-off. But how are things going now with that?
Yeah, they're going very smooth. We had to make a couple adjustments like we anticipated. You know, anytime everything looks good on paper. And then everyone arrives. But we've made a couple of adjustments. I think the longest time anyone would wait in the morning would be 3 minutes, if that. The afternoon time, that was going rather slow. Right now we're getting people completely picked up and out of the parking lot by 3:10. We're usually around 3:08. So by the time middle school and high school get out, that's 8 minutes. So it's working really well. The radio station's working well. It seems to be going very smooth.
Wow, outstanding. Next update. You see a lot of schools, they've been forfeiting games, they've been closing down, going virtual. What's the status of COVID in the McBain School District?
Yeah, we've been very fortunate, and we hope to keep it that way. Some of our mitigation efforts are working. We have had positive cases in the elementary, middle school, and high school. But right now we're doing very well. We have not had to cancel any activities or any games. We're able to start bringing some volunteers back into the school. I know our backpack program has started again, packing during the school day, as well as they had their first Watchdogs meeting for the elementary this week, so we're excited to bring that program back, as well as Kids Hope. So we're excited to get some normalcy back to the kids. It's been, I've seen a little bit of a calmer disposition on our kids this year than previous years. So
Outstanding, wonderful. So we've gone through the COVID. Is there anything going on at the last board meeting or board news that maybe you should bring us up to speed on?
Yeah, you know, things are going rather well board-wise. We did do our data review or our data presentation to the board regarding our M-STEP and SAT and PSAT scores. Great news is that we're above the state average, I believe in all categories if I remember correctly, but also one of the leaders in the ISD. So for our test scores, there's always room for improvement, but you know, we never know what you're going to get, especially with the close down and then all the quarantines the previous years and the learning loss. We are seeing some learning loss and putting some efforts in place to bridge that gap. But overall, the test scores were quite good.
Excellent. Now you had a grant you wanted to tell us about.
Oh, just the ESSER funds.
The ESSER funds, what are those?
So the ESSER funds were given to us by the federal government. We had the first round last year, and then second round last year. So they're called ESSER 1, ESSER 2, and ESSER 3. Currently, we're still working on budgeting the ESSER 2 and ESSER 3 funds. These funds do have restrictions on them to make a safer environment as far as health-wise, but also to continue to bridge the gap learning loss. It's been a nice sizable amount of money. The ESSER 3 funds have been received just around $1.1 million. Again, there's restrictions on that, but we're looking at updating some technology, phone systems, HVAC systems, different things like that to help the district going forward, but also to bring programs and I guess people, if you will, additional staffing to help with the learning loss. It's great to have, but we have to remember it's a one-time gift, and we want to make sure that we're spending it wisely. And if the public has any great ideas, I'd love to hear them, because I don't have all the answers, but all the answers exist. So.
Wow, I like that. Don't have all the answers, but all the answers exist. I don't think I've ever heard that before. Excellent. You may not believe it or not, because it's been super warm and there's still leaves that haven't even changed color, but winter is coming.
Yes.
And a very important thing for the students is how do we handle snow days? How are you going to handle snow days this year? When should they expect to know what's going to happen for the day? What's the procedure you usually go with?
Well, I know the students really enjoy snow days. I do not. And we're hoping not to have very many snow days this year, if any at all. But it would be the usual. Scott Dunham will go out and check roads, and we'll be in conversations with other districts. You know, we hope to have an answer to you by, I think it was 6 o'clock is the goal.
Okay.
You know, sometimes it happens later. Freezing rain comes in earlier, and different things like that. But it'll be back to business as usual. And like I said, I hope not to have very many snow days, but it is Michigan, so we can always anticipate at least a couple.
Excellent. All right. Do you have any final thoughts you want to share with the McBain community?
You know, I've just been really impressed with the community and the support from the community for the district. Parental support, but also just community support with people that don't have kids in the school. It's been very nice and very happy to be here.
All right. Well, thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. You've been watching the Superintendent Corner with Scott Acom. Feel the wheel.